dear panelists, colleagues, and friends. My name is Pradeep Wagle. I'm delighted to deliver keynote speech at this event on collections 2030 and beyond, activating heritage collections for sustainable development through cross-sector partnership. It is a great pleasure to be able to share the perspective of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights at a time when the vitality, and the importance of cultural heritage and culture is both a source of immense promise and a site of increasing contestation. Culture is core to our identities and experiences. It encompasses not just art or music, but the values we uphold, the knowledge we transmit across generations, the tradition that we honor, and the ways we express who we are. Culture shapes how we interact with the environment, govern our societies, and response to the challenges of our times. The right to participate fully in cultural life is explicitly guaranteed in international human rights norms and standards. Article 27 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, for example, and Article 15 of the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights both affirm that everyone has the right to freely participate in cultural life, including cultural heritage. The Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, which is one of the treaty bodies that is mandated to interpret the provisions of the treaty, underscores that this right inherently encompasses the ability to access, engage with, preserve, and transmit cultural heritage in all its forms. Both tangible and intangible cultural heritage serve as a foundation for community identity, ensuring diversity and inclusion for all, bridging divisions, and fostering a sense of belonging among diverse groups. Culture and cultural rights are indispensable to sustainable development, peace, social cohesion, and stability. When we respect the diverse perspectives and value of the people and communities, safeguard their resources, and preserve their heritage, this will not only make development and peace sustainable, but also build stronger, more dynamic, peaceful, and resilient societies. This will ensure a broad range of opportunities and culturally appropriate solutions for all of us. Culture acts as a driver for progress by fostering knowledge, promoting enduring values, enhancing communication, and supporting environmental sustainability and economic growth. However, culture remains insufficiently integrated into global development and peace framework. Recognizing this gap, member states in the Pact of the Future have explicitly called for placing culture at the center of economic, social, and environmental development policies, and for adequate public investment in the protection and promotion of culture. Heritage collection held in museums, libraries, archives, and community spaces are much more than reminders of a community's shared history and identity. They are vital tools for dialogue, safekeeping evidence, and enabling truth-seeking. In post-conflict settings, they play a crucial role in healing and restoring social cohesion and rebuilding trust among community members. Safeguarding heritage provide neutral space for dialogue where individual can resolve disputes, rebuild trust, and promote healing, particularly in areas marked by conflict or social fragmentation. Initiatives from the revitalization of traditional festivals to the restoration of destroyed monuments have proven to contribute to the reconstruction of social bonds, contributing to long-term reconciliation. However, cultural heritage is not immune to instrumentalization. It has often been exploited to promote and justify exclusion and discrimination, or to fuel nationalist ideologies, and sometimes incite conflicts. Preventing such instrumentalization of cultural heritage demands inclusive and participatory process, especially in memorialization, where diverse voices, particularly those of marginalized groups, are heard, acknowledged, and help shape collective memory. This can counteract attempts to manipulate cultural symbols for political or exclusionary purposes by ensuring that diverse perspectives are represented and processes help protect the integrity of cultural heritage and contribute to development of more inclusive and peaceful communities. The United Nations Human Rights Mechanism, including the Human Rights Council, its special procedure and treaty bodies, have consistently highlighted the inseparability of cultural rights from peace and justice. The UN Special Rapporteur in the field of cultural rights has emphasized that memorialization should be an ongoing and inclusive process. Transitional justice and reconciliation policies should fully incorporate cultural rights, promote interaction and understanding among different groups, and encourage civic engagement, critical thinking, and open dialogue on the representation of the past, ensuring that participation and recognition of all affected groups, particularly minorities and marginalized voices. Safeguarding heritage is not only a cultural imperative, but a human rights obligation. Protecting heritage helps to prevent discrimination, upholds the rights of everyone to their cultural identity, and ensures equitable access to resources, knowledge, and opportunities, as recognized by international human rights laws and standards. Cultural heritage serves as a foundation for peace, respect for diversity, and freedom of expression. In particular, intangible heritage such as oral traditions, customary law, and traditional knowledge promotes values of inclusion, mutual respect, and intergenerational dialogue across communities. In recent years, we have witnessed how conflict and violence across the world have gravely undermined cultural rights, with devastating consequences for cultural and historical sites. There have been a number of examples that shows how conflict has created destruction of cultural and religious sites, not to forget about what is happening in Gaza and Afghanistan, where not only religious and cultural sites were destroyed, but a lot of other ensuing violations, for example, the banning of music, arts, and other form of expression, and suppression of artists, musicians, actors, and poets, as well as singers. These deliberate attacks on cultural sites and heritage not only fuel violence and obstruct reconciliation, but also erode the foundation of stability in society, thereby threatening peace. In situations like this, the collection of the information of these violations play a critical role, not only in documenting and preserving the information, but also to support accountability and accountability process and accountability mechanism, which includes, of course, investigations of looting, trafficking of cultural objects, and financing of terrorism. Enforcing stricter due diligence for items from at-risk region is also essential. This commitment to accountability helps deter future violations, uphold the right of affected communities, promote justice, and contributes to reconciliation and sustainable peace. In this area, a holistic approach to protect cultural heritage alongside rehabilitation and restoration of cultural heritage destroyed in conflict plays an important role in post-conflict reconciliation and peace building. Equally important is fostering an enabling environment that supports free expression and creativity. It enables the emergence of new narratives of peace that transcend entrenched divisions and historical grievances. As digital transformation increasingly shapes our world, we face a pivotal moment. Promoting cultural diversity and human rights in digital space presents both challenges and opportunities. The digital space offers new platform for expression, unprecedented access to knowledge, and the ability to connect across cultures and borders. It has revolutionized the way we share our stories, language, and traditions. However, it has also introduced new forms of exclusion, control, and inequality. Too often, digital platforms are dominated by a limited number of languages, perspectives, and cultural narratives. Many voices, especially those of indigenous people, minority communities, and speakers of less widely spoken languages, remain unprecedented, unrepresented, or entirely invisible. This digital marginalization directly threatens their cultural rights. It is imperative that everyone is empowered to participate in cultural life, to express their identity, to access cultural heritage, and to contribute to cultural creation both online and offline. Additionally, digital technology offers powerful tools for conflict resolution, peace building, and humanitarian efforts. Yet, they can also be misused to exacerbate divisions, fuel violence, and spread hate. Social media, for instance, can either increase division or foster understanding, change narratives around conflict, and help anticipate and prevent further escalation. The special rapporteur in the field of cultural rights has emphasized that the use of digital technologies should be firmly grounded in human rights norms and principles. This includes, but not limited to, bridging the digital divide by expanding internet access and improving digital literacy. I wish to conclude by stressing that culture is a powerful tool for promoting peace building and reconciliation. However, it is also vulnerable to instrumentalization and destruction, especially in conflict. We must mobilize the international community to enhance the role of culture in humanitarian, security, and peace building efforts. National strategies and policies promoting tolerance, inclusion, democracy, and citizenship should include culture and creativity. Cultural diplomacy, which plays a crucial role in promoting regional integration and establishing a strategic partnership to foster peace and peaceful coexistence should be actively promoted. Democratic processes should be reinforced to help prevent the exploitation of heritage for diverse purposes, while critical thinking and historical literacy should be promoted to help individuals recognize propagandas, resist hate speech, and appreciate diversity and inclusion. We look forward to strengthening our collective efforts to advance sustainable peace and development, and to working together with you to promote and protect culture and all human rights. Thank you so much.